What often happens when you receive a raise? Of course, you spend more money to go out and celebrate, right? But what if I tell you that if you discover the advantages of living within your means, you might want to rethink this lifestyle? Living within your means will help you reach your financial objectives if you want to improve your financial situation, learn how to save more money for emergencies, live debt-free, and organize your finances. The first one is to have debt-free living. Do you have debts to pay? Well, you're not alone. But if you stay within your means, it'll guarantee that you'll be debt-free. If you don't spend more than you earn, you won't rack up debt, which will make you pay more for your purchases when you factor in interest. If you already have debt, figuring out how to live within your means can help you pay it off and start saving. Frugal living advice might help you start living within your means and figure out how to pay off debt. One strategy to pay down debt is to adopt the debt snowball method made popular by financial guru Dave Ramsey. Using this strategy, you start by making your smallest debt payment. When you pay off credit card number 1, you can transfer that money to your next greatest bill and so on, while continuing to pay at least the minimum sum on each until the debt is paid in whole. You keep adding more funds to each obligation until you're debt-free, sort of like a snowball. The next benefit is, of course, to have less stress. Are you stressed and don't know what to do? According to WebMD.com, financial obligations are one of the main sources of stress. You'll frequently feel anxious and concerned if you're worried about how you'll pay your next expense. On the other hand, if you're living within your means, you'll have financial security and be able to pay your expenses and save for emergencies without stress or anxiety. In a real-life example, worrying excessively about money might increase your stress levels, raise your risk of health problems, and increase your medical expenses. Yet, if you learn to live within your means, you'll have additional cash on hand to cover your costs and the ability to set money aside. As a result, your financial stress will be alleviated. Next up is financial security. What is monetary safety? Being able to pay your bills, save money, and have money set aside for emergencies indicates that you're financially secure. In reality, you'll feel comfortable because you have enough money to cover your basic needs and often a surplus from living within your means. Take this as an example. Knowing that you can pay your expenses and have saved enough money to handle emergencies will give you peace of mind. You can start to accumulate wealth and work toward other financial objectives in this way. Another benefit of living below your means is to build wealth. You can take advantage of compound interest. If you decide to invest your money, it'll be able to increase and the interest will be able to be reinvested to generate additional income. Either a retirement account or a normal investment account are options for investing. The distinction is that, depending on the type of account, early withdrawals from a retirement account may be subject to penalties. If you've already been taxed on the money, normally you can withdraw up to a specific amount without being punished. However, there are penalties for early withdrawals if your contributions are made with pre-tax money. If you invest in a standard brokerage account, you can withdraw your funds whenever you like. So, I advise executing both. If you understand the stock market and are willing to take the risk, you can invest in individual stocks or mutual funds. If you're new to investing, Motley Fool has extra information you may check out if you need it. The Motley Fool provides a variety of investing courses that can teach you how to maximize your financial returns. You have the potential to become far wealthier than you are now if you learn to live within your means. Many billionaires actually became wealthy by spending less than they earn and investing the difference in stocks, bonds, exchange-traded funds, or retirement accounts. The fifth one is to be prepared for an emergency. We always face unexpected emergencies, do you agree? You can use the money you save when you live within your means to create an emergency fund. You can store money in sinking funds and create a separate emergency fund. This will be useful if you're in a serious car accident, have a large medical bill, or a tree falls on your home or vehicle. You can rest easy knowing you're protected no matter what happens in an emergency. If you have insurance, you could occasionally need to pay a deductible, but sometimes you might have to pay a copay for an unanticipated doctor visit. You never know what life will throw at you, but developing cost-cutting habits will help you be ready for anything. Let's say you lose your job. It's best to budget for 6 to 9 months worth of expenses. You'll be ready for the future and any emergency that may arise in your life. Before choosing a high-yield savings account, make sure you compare them. You could also try a money market account depending on which is best for you and which will generate the most long-term returns. The next one is to invest money. How can thrifty people become wealthy? They invest what's left over after living within their means. If you're not familiar with investing, click on our channel and you'll find informative videos on this topic. Moving on, whatever route you go, I advise investing and setting up funds for retirement in a Roth IRA, a 403b, or a 401k. Compound interest will essentially take over and grow your money till retirement if you can invest in some safe funds. Yet if you want quick returns, you need to do your homework and choose the businesses you want to invest in. Start small if you're new to the stock market until you understand what you're doing. Although you aren't investing much right now, you'll start to understand the basics of investing and eventually be able to invest more. Another benefit is you have the freedom. You have freedom when you live within your means. Without having to worry about money, you'll be able to do whatever you want. Who doesn't like that? Trying to keep up with your neighbors adds extra stress to your life, and if you keep spending money you don't have, you'll simply get into debt. As time goes on, money will prevent you from doing what you want in life. You can start researching the FIRE movement if you're serious about cutting costs and saving money. If you've never heard of FIRE, this means Financial Independence, Retire Early. It's a method where you estimate how much money you'll need to retire early and live as cheaply as you can until you've achieved your objective. You'll be free to live your life however you want and work only if you want to, not because you have to if you retire early. Since your bills will already be covered if you have enough money to live on, you can work from home or earn money from your hobbies. You're free to lead any lifestyle you want. The next is you can save for big purchases. You'll be able to save more money if you learn to lead a simple life. Say for instance that you receive a raise at work and opt to preserve the additional funds rather than increase your expenditures. Start setting aside money for a significant purchase, maybe a trip somewhere else or a deposit on a brand new car. Because you have the money, you'll be able to accomplish these things. If you save up and pay cash for a large purchase, you can avoid paying interest on credit cards. Next up is less competition. You'll experience peace once you make the decision to live within your means. You'll begin to see that you don't need to keep up with the Joneses and Karen or compete with your neighbors. Theodore Roosevelt once observed, "Comparison is the thief of pleasure," and this is why so many people frequently overspend when they feel envious. You become envious of your neighbor's new BMW when you see it arrive, when in reality, your current vehicle is likely in good condition and doesn't require replacement. Yet if you practice frugal living and money management, you'll frequently realize that you don't need to buy stuff in order to keep up with other people. Use what you already have and invest in durable goods. This doesn't imply that you can never purchase anything nice. Living within your means is the exact opposite of this. When something new enters the market, you'll purchase durable goods with the understanding that you don't necessarily need the newest and greatest. Instead of buying everything you can to keep up with others, you might learn to appreciate what you already have and manage your money to ensure your financial stability. If you can manage to save and invest, even if you may not currently appear to be the richest person on the block, you'll eventually become one. You can use your money to start a savings account and take advantage of compound interest instead of spending it on material possessions. Another benefit is for the rainy day fund. What is a rainy day fund? It's an unspecified fund that's been set aside but is often utilized for a single, lesser expense. You can use the money in your rainy day fund, for instance, to cover the cost of your child's music lessons or to finance a quick trip to the local water park. Here are the expenses for your rainy day fund: veterinarian visits, fresh tires, music education, unanticipated copay, and broken equipment. In fact, having an emergency fund as well as a rainy day fund will give you much needed financial confidence. In addition to being able to take care of yourself and your family when necessary, you'll be ready for emergencies. The best course of action if you want to save money is to figure out how to live within your means. To live debt-free, you can gradually accumulate emergency savings, a rainy day fund, and pay cash for major expenditures. See more recommended videos after this one, so stay tuned and don't forget to click that subscribe button. It's free, by the way. Ring that notification bell, hit the like, and share this video with your money and business-minded friends. Until next time.